and then nabanye ke they ended up not getting into the box because wayebuza ukuthi ba uzoyenzani yena lana. But ke ngoku uthi uSigujana into ayenzile uvele wathi gqise kafuna ufunde sithi by the way natsenye into sekagqibile wathi natsenye ipiece esiyilibele ngifuna ukuyi-eda wathi but before siyenze kanjalo ithani ngifunde nansi quotation wabezofunda ke uthi into xa umuntu efunda ezinye izinto zasekhoti ezidlulile lonto leyo niyibizayo. So wathi xa waba but erefera kuba u-accuse number 3 wathi yena wayengekho se-Phosphorus, in fact wayengekho se-Joburg at that time, but akazazi uzoyenzani apha because wayengekho nobakho ngala 26 ka-October eGoli yena wayebanjiwe wayengekho se-Phosphorus because wayebanjiwe. So that's what he was alluding to. Then umnisi was like hayibo Tito number 4 apha ne-application ka-number 4 yonke le nto uyenzayo, and then so kwabakho irawu eyenzekayo but eyona nto ibiyi-point into yoba sonke we were confused because we don't remember hearing number 3 saying that ngala 27 October 2020, but there is a record babe besithi bona ba it's on record kwi-Boksburg court ukuthi watsho number 3 wathi yena wayeboshiwe ngelelo langa, and ndiyaqala uyiva loo nto leyo namhlanje kuye. I've never heard it before ithethwa, so that was the row that happened there. Hence nsithi uzosinceda usikhangelele i-court proceedings zange-20 October 2020, sorry 27 October 2020, then izona that first appearance, then izona sizova pha unumber 3 kayethi ba mna my lord ngifuna uyazi ngizoyenzani la, ngikhumbula just that part eyokuthi wayekuphi andiyikhumbuli le ithethwa ngulo.
No, as far as I know, the time where accused 3 spoke about him being in prison
is September.
It's when they were talking about
pictures.
No, I mean in 2020. It's when they were talking whether they want bail or not.
Yes.
No, I don't need bail because I'm already in jail. But I don't remember anything else along those lines.
That's what we all remember, not the way ayibeka ngakhona ulona. So ke aba bathi bafuna i-record la lonto le uJudge Ratha ke waye busy ke athi ba sinayo i-record, angimazi kusinayo ngubani xa isithi sinayo i-record excited yam exciter kuRatha lonto leyo. So into endiyicelayo phofu mna ndingunona ukuthi ba can you please check that first appearance and then sidlale because it's not even long.
Yeah, I'm trying to check it. Usually this
takes longer because uSigujana phayana lied, shem live, he really lied.
They don't have a case. I mean, okay, let's say Mube said that. So how does it affect number 4? Is it saying now because it can't align to the cell phone record of that day? I'm trying to get
to understand
what
but
is going to help.
I don't know her.
Maybe there's something there.
Mashiba,
Yes.
actually, I think that issue, it was cured. I don't know whether maybe the legal people can tell us, but as far what I'm thinking, or what I remember, I think that issue, it was cured, such that the state cannot go back to it now. Because let's just accept it, let's for a moment accept it, that is what number 3 said for 2020, right? Then, Usbanda says we gave them those transcripts, trial within a trial. He gave Uram Sipili those transcripts, trial within a trial. The state then doesn't use those that information. The state didn't use it, so it wasn't a. I think it was an exhibit, but the state didn't use it anyway.
Yes, uthe kune-exhibit bani wayibiza igama le-exhibit ukuthi ngu-exhibit bani ikhona lana uRamsipile can actually affirm this ukuthi we did as a state give them le paper during the trial within a trial, because umnisi was arguing ukuthi this is new evidence ayingena indawo, and then wabuza ke ukuthi bazokwazi na ukuphendula, and there was a lot that was happening when Namashe.
Can I jump in? Right. Let me finish my point. Then, in the trial, within the trial, the state didn't use that information and the defense didn't use it. Then the trial, within the trial was concluded, interim ruling was made, and so on. Then we went back to the main trial. In the main trial, Umnisi came back with a exhibit or a document which became an exhibit, showing that number 3 was released sometime in September. So now, the record that is there in court, which means there are 2 records, in terms of what Mnube said, but there is also a record that shows, an official record that shows that he was released in September. So then how can the state benefit from what he said in 2020 when already there is an official record that shows that he was released in September? I don't see how the state wants to benefit from that, because already the defense has corrected whatever he said at Boxback. They've since corrected by handing in the exhibit with the document which shows that he was actually released in September.
Sorry, when I incredible, I think when I confused. Incredible, I think we was confused at this point. That's for a different thing. That's for a different thing. When I incredible, that's not what they are referring to. But uti nge-26 October 2014, he was in prison. Where now you are talking about the one that regarding the September.
Explain record correct with waphuma prison in September 2014. That's the correct record that Umnisi submitted as an exhibit.
And I think that happened during the time of us when Umnisi was submitting. But we submitted it quickly. Then I just want to let you know, guys, if you are attempting to play the Boxback Magistrate Court, good luck. Good luck. That was a record that was played during the time of Umgomizu where we could not hear what they were saying. Only the people in court, they could hear what was going on. So if you guys are attempting to play that record, yeah, good luck. That's all.
Yeah, I have that record here, but I don't know if it's that clear. Maybe just go on in the meantime. Just want to check this record. It's about 29 minutes or so.
The particulars of the case already. No, but if you play the one in Boxback itself, not the one that was not from Raka's court, but straight from Boxback.
No, it's clear.
I don't know whether it's
Yeah, this is the one I'm
played straight from Boxback, not from pretending.
at 17 minutes.
If it's the
17 minutes.
okay.
You wish to answer this question? Let me start from. What have I done?
Guys, can you hear? Are you able to hear everything that is being said now?
Was your plan to bring in a bail application?
This is not at the stage of worship when we concur with support the state's application for the letter to be postponed, on which we will consult.
Okay, number 3, Mr. Mnube, do you wish to bring a bail application?
I am serving a suspension, Your Worship.
So will you not be applying for bail?
I mean, as far as no, Your Worship, if only it can be explained to me as to what is the reason that I am arrested. Because in this matter, worship, they first went to Pangeni, and then now they are coming to us worship and pointing that we are the one who committed this matter.
As the court explained to you earlier, you can be quiet now. As the court explained to you earlier, I'm not going to deal with the merits of the matter today. That is for the trial court to decide. You will get your day in court where you can place your version of the facts before the court.
Njengoba inkantolo ichazelile ukuthi-ke angeke sikwazi ukuthi singenelele ngodabeni inkantolo ezolalela icala-ke ezosebenza ngaleli cala ukuthi kwenzakaleni nakwenzakalanga yini.
And if you say you do not know why you are here, the interpreter interpreted the charges as well as a summary of the facts on which the state is going to rely.
Njengoba-ke wena uthi awazi ukuthi indaba ulana-ke utoliwe wakutolikela-ke insolo obhekene nazo ngokuthi-ke nangamafuthi-ke nabo kushushisi bathi bona banisola ngani.
Please, number 4, Mr. Mapisa, do you intend bringing a bail application?
I think we heard what we wanted to hear, Mashiba.
Yeah, he never said.
He never said what this man is saying. He said, Haibo. Yeah. 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 Wow.
That record lakho clear, Mashiba, because this one is clearer. Thank you for this one. And then just to support what Incredible was saying, I just forgot which evidence was led, but Umnisi corrected the time of release and during the time of incarceration for accused number 3. I don't know what Smanda is trying to say. There's another record of Umnisi. I just forgot which evidence was led at the time. What Incredible was saying earlier.
But guys, but Makati, we have a record from Boxburg Court who refer to which one, because and they clearly said the first appearance, guys. Did you hear them? They clearly said first appearance. So manje, this judge or this magistrate here shuts them down very fast. Yewe Natula. He did not even touch that part. Yokutimna ngangboshiwe in. So what is this one? What is he talking about? To Spanda, guys? Yo. I saw Tiniku Commissioner in name.
Yeah, Nubian, we are just checking the record where Gujana said, or rather Dr. Sibanda said, accused 3 said he was what? He was inside, he was in jail during that day. This is what he said.
Hey, Shibas, I'm a doctor, not that thing. I'm a doctor, not that thing. Please. I'm a doctor, not that thing.
And also, baby, the other thing that we must also never forget, we knew the moment Ati Sibanda is going to read the evidence, we knew something was up. We knew something was up. Whenever there is something dodgy, it will be Sibanda. Haibo. I-confidence yakhe.
But is he saying Gujana was in jail? He said he was in jail on the 26th of October 2014. That's what they want to allege.
That's what they were alleging.
And that's what he said that during first appearance.
Yep, that's what caused the commotion while you were away.
That is what is already cured. With that September. But what I want to say is that the issue so what I don't understand about 2174 is that the state is not taking a cross-examination, outcome of cross-examination into account.
They don't care.
And they are also omitting evidence. Because if you look at, let's start with Uzung, you look at that assertion that they are trying to make, to say what accused 3 was it from 1341.
So much transcript numbers vela kuphi.
He was in the vicinity of Oslora's town. Then they give it distance 688 meters from.
Can you please
Oslora's
like the
town
live? Guys, like.
That does not make sense. You cannot use that for anything. that distance cannot be used for anything because
hayi xola
for you to
uyathanda
ping
uyindoda naye wayevuma
from a particular tower, you must be within around or within the radius of that, or you must be within the radius of the tower in a lake. So the fact that that tower is 688 meters
Hi
from
guys.
Basutung doesn't tell us anything. And it
Guys,
cannot be
I'm
used
also
for
expecting a
anything
call
because
now. When it comes in, I'm
if,
gonna
let's say,
pause
the
a bit,
radius of the
so
tower
please
is
forgive me,
maybe,
but we'll come back after that call.
2 kilometers, let's just
If
say,
it comes in.
use Tama towers are
Hi
5
River,
kilometers.
hi
Other radius is 5
Muhlakho,
kilometers. But let's use the 2 kilometers.
kilometers.
So Umnube could have been maybe, let's say, 2 kilometers away from the tower, because it's the distance from the tower that matters, not to say what Wasutung does not come in anyway, because
These people.
the accused are saying we were not.
Can you please like the live, guys?
If you are taking Izungu's version to be true, then you are saying already there is a finding. So which means if you were at Basutung, you would be within the tower, within the radius of that tower, which would be correct. But we don't have AMA coordinates with 205 to place him at that time, 1341 to 15 something. There are no coordinates to actually place him and get his position, just like we do for the AVL. So you can't use that distance to infer what he was at Basutu. And then secondly, Usmanda doesn't even go on to show okay, Nobela left the first Lawrence, according to his 205. He left the first Lawrence. So how do you then corroborate his evidence when he left the first Lawrence? And according to his 205, 2032 is in Tope right up to the following day. Then Uzungu talks about the time between 2000 hours and 21 hours, the time between 2030 and 2100 hours. So from 2032 going to back to Basutung was there, if we follow what Uzungu is saying. Why is Africa Skatban? For Uzungu to say it was between 2030 and 21. And then there's this issue in the lake. Ustein was actually on cross-examination. Ustein was which tower, which hostel are you talking about? Which hostel is near the lake? He couldn't answer. So now Ospada is saying what in the lake is near Basutu, which is not true. There is another hostel near the lake tower, which is not Basutu. So 174 Utkala Manga from the state side.
It's because they don't have evidence, so they have to
I heard a lot of lies.
create evidence.
I heard a lot of lies. Yeah, there's too much.
Anyway, I don't know who came first. Is it baby oil? Is it Ibrahim? Because I switched the screen, so.
Uzoqala baby oil, then kuzo Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, so
Yeah, guys, let me submit quickly.
Sure.
Just for starters, I think Urata, by all due respect, I think physically South Africa doesn't apply. Urata cannot insult us about Undant or one of the accused about talking about certifying documents and say that they pronounce it or say it better than any other judges. I think that alone, it just shows you what we've got a judge, I'm going to say it, we've got a judge that does not respect or have any regard for the accused that are in front of him. To know few words in English does not mean that you can speak English. Even Nobaba Zwane, when he was in that court, he uttered one or two words. He even said, hey, Niakolis, I'm sorry. Doesn't mean what because he said that he can speak English. I think Orataji is just insulting our black brothers, Masizilali. Alright, so
Did he raise that, just on that thing, did he raise that again?
Yeah, I said he can speak English just now. People can, if I'm lying, people can just confirm me. Yeah, alright, I said it.
Okay, now continue. Sorry, I missed some of the things, so
Yeah.
I'll take you back. Yeah. continue.
Okay, so I was a bit offended there. And this was not part of my, okay, it's part of my submissions. Now that you've played it, it just adds to that. What Spanda is reading is misinterpreting or misunderstanding the time frame of where accused number 3 was talking about. Where accused number 3, if Namni Zwerahlemaj, is not talking about the 2014 record, he's talking about the day they were incarcerated.
Yes.
Right. So there's a big difference there. But let us look at what Mnisi was fighting about, because this record, we will recall that this record was recalled or was sourced during the time where Untanzi was allegedly said ukuthi akayifuni le lawyer because ufuna ukuthi ivume icala ngalenzanga during the time he was in Boksburg, and he opted for legal aid. That was Untanzi at that time, and then this record has always been in that court or within this lawyers collecting dust, and only today
That was the reason it was
Kimana,
requested.
Dr. Temu, I'm gonna call him Dr. Temu.
God.
Or Temu Doctor. Temu Doctor or Dr. Temu now start using this record. But let's just look at this thing. What Rata out loud when it was writing law. It says, I'll read this and then I'll step down and allow others to continue. You just wanna read. It says, Section 174 application discharge. The test under Section 174 is the state-led evidence on which a reasonable court may convict. 2. The judge must decide only on the evidence already properly admitted as part of the state case. New evidence cannot be smuggled in during Section 174 argument. What the state tried to do, the prosecution suddenly tried to rely on a record from a magistrate court appearance where accused 3 allegedly said he was arrested on the day of a murder. That record was never introduced as evidence in the state's case in chief. It was only filed for a different procedural dispute 20 months ago. Now, during argument, the state is trying to use it substantively against accused number 4. 3. Defense objection. Correcting law. Question. The defense lawyers are correct. The state cannot introduce new evidence during Section 174 arguments. If they wanted to rely on the magistrate's court record, they had to properly introduce it through a witness under oath during their case in chief. Alternatively, they could apply to reopen the state's case, which is exceptional and requires good cause.
That's exactly what
Saying
Mnisi said.
part of the magistrate court record is not enough to make it trial evidence. So, just before I read 2 more and then I land, Mnisi, he was not smoking something there. Mnisi was 100% right. Okay. 4. Why is the state's move in procedurally improper? Case law in State versus Lubaka 2001, the SCA emphasized that the accused has a right to be discharged if there is no evidence, and the state cannot rely on a speculation or material not placed in evidence. In State versus Chopin 1983, a discharge must be considered only on evidence properly before the court. Therefore, using a magistrate record never tendered as evidence in a trial is procedurally wrong. 5. Judge allowing it. If the judge allowed the state to read this record in during Section 174 argument without a formal application to reopen the case, that is highly questionable. It risks being a material irregularity because the judge is then considering material not admitted into evidence when deciding a Section 174 application. Conclusion. The defense is correct. The state cannot simply bring the magistrate's court record been to tender it properly as evidence during their case in chief or to apply formally to reopen the state's case. The judge's ruling allowing the state to read it in may stand for now, but it is appealable as an irregularity because Section 174 ruling must be based solely on evidence properly laid in court. In short, Mlisi was right. The state must only submit their rebuttal on Malo's evidence based on what they've led, not new stuff like December 25. Thank you.
Thank you, baby. Oi, those who have ears have heard. So that's how it goes.
Sibhizi ngayo ngoku.
President, is it you?
Andiswa sibhizi ngayo. Come in.
President. I see this president just want to chill on the panel. I think it's so thereafter. Is it so optimistic? So, I would say ladies first.
Edumela,
So, how are you?
the guy, everybody on the panel and those who on the live after me.
Hey, hello,
I have
Who is Jackie?
eh?
Hello, Quilla Mupanel. Who is Jackie? What's on your book?
Awa ke maketse ke tswile ke tswile ba.
Okay.
Ke la ke nya go botsisa no.
Yeah.
Ke stimo le ke mang. Ba bolela gore no mo o ile confession I apply what to go. Go e bind wena moedi wa yona.
Yeah.
Or kupile pila.
Yes, the confession binds the one who made it. They spoke
So
about
era o rinje. So gore it aretse mo case ya Tanzi. Tanzi made a confession again.
yes.
But our confession doesn't bind number 3, number 4, le ba bang.
Correct.
I'm not case you was it on. But one must get what really. I put legally I have a bind again.
Yes.
The bind up with why you na. Mutaya is saying again, what in this case, kill Tanzi Visibia. So why runs Bawan Babasint back as well? I really was thinking Stockfellas as a ratan was so. Yes, it's about 3 limits Batuma. I can have a bind the confession here. DNA FA, yeah, region number 4. Yeah, region 4, it's thinking more. I get a DNA about him origin me, can do it, or sending him a Tuntano. You're not at saying. I'll have his tune, I will try to go any answer.
Mashiba tusa. Mashiba tusa so plifa.
Or Kibulela Maga or not Chipila. I give it all up, Barikman. Getting down the number 4 would say, dear, I eat a mukwane. Origin for my whatever region. Margano, but Magarba Tuntana. When I am going to nearly love what they want, then I will go and Taraquan.
No, so DNA even today on the state's heads of argument, they are saying number 4 is excluded. They are not entertaining the 2% of Guinea.
Yeah, Guinea.
They just
I'm
leave
not-
it excluded. They leave it like that.
Exactly, Marian. Why was okay? 3 or 4. Have I ready confession? Why are attaching to our release?
Mashiba, please man, Mashiba.
Yes.
I give the confession, I never bind.
Yes, the confession I never bind. But I think there's other evidence that they allege it's against the other accused. Like number 3, they say there's a gun, which is the main evidence. Number 4, they're struggling, yes, we see. Number 5, they say he was a driver and there's a call between him and Kelly. So that's why others are still there.
And why didn't you training? I can go about the 5. Abaya go identity parade. Why was submitting my sense or Lily K, but my Kelly K. But I can't remember Lily K and the sense. What am I identify? And a regular dog that said, Mutotu says Mutomuteli. And I identity parade, but super I should Mutotu this dog. And if Kelly money behind because money behind because all not having to go toilet. This Zandi Nali go toilet to money behind Mount Chisima.
I guess she said she was calling.
I'm not trying to Mara. Put you look at the number 2 Nali day go to me. What white king? I white king. Marabatwa. A confession is our bind about way. About way. How shall I but confession then? And when you come to Rata, I will allow. You are carried in inspection in local area, and you are fair. Because Mabani, they all argue are know what about the confession. I will get inspection in local area. What an IT inspection in local. What's the confession is a fair?
Rata will confuse you.
Hey, what's young confused? Lagi nyaka fela clarity ya the confession adi included baba right
I'm more clear, that's how it is. I think it's optimist or Afana, is it you or optimist?
No, sure. Optimist.
Hey, optimum. And then Ravana, you come out.
She was and everyone on the panel and on the comments. Yeah, she was. You know what, now with the legal stuff, I really want to comment, but you see, when it comes to technology, hey guys, I have a big problem with legal people. When I hear I'm gonna be like baby oil, I have a big problem. I have a big problem when it comes to technology. That stuff, they should leave it and call an expert. Especially this thing of an internet call. That thing, I don't know that guy Skujana, was he conceding or what, but that thing they must just leave it. They didn't leave it. They must just unless if he was pretending, otherwise he doesn't even understand it. No, guys, no. That thing actually upsets me. Like, it really upsets me. Because I understand that legally they deal with, a lot of unknown variables. But with something like this, we know. Look, when we make a call, okay, these guys, they claim they made a cell phone download. So let's assume on the cell phone download, they got a call log, right? So you have a call log and you said, okay, we see a number here at that time. Okay, let's get a 205. Then Vodacom tells you, okay, at that time, here's a record. Then you match, you confirm. So Vodacom is going to validate the call log from your download. Now, let's go to the internet. Let's assume there was an internet call. The only thing Vodacom is going to tell you is that, okay, we see a data stream. We see that there was some internet connection, data was transferred. They cannot tell you for sure this thing was on. The only person who can tell you that thing was a call is the application server, whether be Google, WhatsApp, BBL. You need to go to those people and download the
Ndicela ukubuza Optimist. Wasn't go 2014 guys the only way that we could make calls or video calls even? Wasn't it only Skype?
Even G-Talk in 2014 could make a call.
Nge-BlackBerry could sasikhona ukuzenza i-call. Why don't I had a BlackBerry man, but I don't remember ukuthi we had indlela yokwenza i-calls.
Let's leave BlackBerry.
No,
Let's
I'm just trying to get to this thing. Le ndaba ye-internet call, because I'm trying to get to it. Ukuthi yayiyeyiphi le internet call bakhuluma ngayo, because it's not making sense at all. That's what I'm trying to, because I do remember Skype, yes, but if umuntu angangiphendula kule party yokuthi ba which one yeyiphi le app okanye yeyiphi le application that was used back then to make calls nge-internet, ndingaba right?
In 2014,
Yes.
we did not have Skype. We did not have airtime. Hi, good luck. There was nothing. Yeah, it's as simple as that. In 2014, we were still living under the rock. That's what I'm thinking so far as calls. Only now.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
No, we're still living under the rock, unfortunately. Only Skype could make calls, and Skype was the thing. You can make an international call.
Yes.
People who are connected with you. Other than that,
Yayingekho enye.
Unfortunately, even when I contract or airtime, I humble that.
Anyway, optimism, yeah, I think
I just want to
finalize. Can I ask you, Optimist, one question so that you can then answer?
Yeah.
Is it TE? Because that's the phone that they are talking about, which they downloaded. Was it able to, what is a ZTE? Is it a BlackBerry?
Well, in my case, I'm looking at it as a device. It's just a device. Whether it's a PC, the thing is this thing can connect to the internet. It's what
What I want to understand, which is, was it able to make, did it have the capability of making a call, a data call, ZTE in 2014?
I'll check the model, I'm not sure.
No, it wasn't able. Remember, ZTE. It wouldn't have Samsung money. But the smartphones of that day, it was your iPhone 5, your iPhone 4. It was a Samsung, Samsung Edge, 6 Edge, and then your Samsung Notes. Those were the phones. Even the Nokia was dead during that time. So if you talk about the ZTE, you're talking about, it was very basic, man. It was still a phone, but it was not as advanced as the iPhones of the time and the Samsung Edges of the time. Even Nokia was not even competing in its space. Because it was popular then, it was your BlackBerry torch.
Can I help you?
It was BlackBerry torch.
It seems there's a mix-up good evidence between
Can I help you?
and BlackBerry.
Guys, I don't think we have Inkabi that are that advanced to even think of Skype or BBS or BBM to call. Like, this is too far-fetched. Only someone who's understanding tech and in reference to 2014 understand that, like, these guys are not even worried about whether my calls are tracked. Their job is to get their job, not whether I'm making a call, it's going to be traced, or it's going to be, there's going to be what do you call this thing that the cops do? They pull the data. It's none of their concern, especially in those days. Now that the internet has made things, or we are talking about these things, some of them that watch the YouTubes, the TikToks, they then learn that, oh, actually, these guys can actually get information about my whereabouts. But in all honesty, if someone is very logical and is
Can you guys hear now?
modern, they can realize that there's no way those guys use those type of services, communicate with me. I don't know. This is just my...
Yeah, thanks for that.
Can I help
Koi, you want to clarify
your
something?
question?
Yeah, Optimist.
Yeah.
Let's hear Koi if she wants to clarify something. We'll continue after Optimist.
So, in 2014, you could make a call using a BBM. But that was only strictly from one BBM to another BBM. You must understand that BBM, it was an application that was rolled out to our Android devices. The first Android device it was rolled out to, it was in Nokia. At some point, Nokia did try to come back into the market. And this was when it was after Iseva, Blackberry, crash. There was a point where Iseva, Blackberry, crash. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere between 2010 and 2011, Iseva, Blackberry, crash. So that's when they then rolled out EPBM to my Android device. But the first Android device by launcher it was in Nokia when it was coming back into the market. After that, they rolled it out to Samsung. But the ZTE, it could not load EPBM as an app, because you could load EPBM as an app. But on a specific Android version, not all Android versions were able to load EPBM as an application. Is ZTE, which is one of those. So there was no possibility that a call may have taken place on that ZTE device because of the Android version of that particular device, because that device was considered as a lower tier device. It's entry level. It came around the same time when they were rolling out Mobicel. Remember about Huawei when it was still like an entry level device before it came to be the top tier device. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, you see, you are losing me when you say Huawei. Is Hawaii, man. Is Hawaii. Yours is Huawei. Now, we can see where you went to school and where I went to school.
You Huawei.
Yeah, Hawaii. Yeah, I know.
Huawei.
Thank you, Koi.
Can you see what the state is doing here? You see, the discussions today, we moved away from accused 4. I don't think we ever really touched accused 4's case in terms of 174. We're talking about things that have nothing to do with accused 4, and I think that's where the state wants us to focus, because why do we talk about all these things where at this stage the focus should be what is it that the state has against number 4? They can touch on other things, but the main gist should be against number 4. Now they're taking us from pillar to post. Now we even go to 2020 where the accused were appearing. How we got there? Yeah.
But these are the things that happened in court in Jema Shiva, so we are dealing with them because that's what they gave us today.
And this was one of the fights that initially were there before with the telcos and all these providers, to say that they are using their infrastructure to make money off their backs. Then they have to go onto a table and have a discussion.
Molweni,
and
guys,
come
sorry,
to a
I did tell you
conclusion.
that I'm gonna
That is
get a
why
call, so
you
I
even now have
took that call.
service providers that will even give you a bundle. You've got a bundle for what is this? For Netflix, you've got a bundle for TikTok. How do you think those things are done? How do you think they get to that deal? So it's not like the telco does not know how you person. They know.
Guys, can I go back to the issue Sinako? How can Urata selectively forget when Unumalo asked Uzungu when did Kwabini shoot Sinako? Uzungu refused to answer that question. So how can you then attribute it to the point 38 that Uzungu was talking about, when you don't know which year Kwabini shot Sinako?
Can I say something on that point as well? For me, I feel like that, this is me, that was also another bone for its defense, right? Because it is known that Usnako lost his life in 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
No, 2022. He was shot twice. Firstly in 2017 by Kwabini, then he survived. Then 2022.
All right. So let me explain why I say it's a bone. It goes back to the credibility now. Yakabani yakhe yena uZungu. Because how could he have made that statement pre the incident? Is it making sense?
Yeah, I would have just caught those things happen because.
But in Ngumalo, when he now has to come and reply, right? He now needs to bring that point across in terms of credibility. Yeah, okay. You know, in terms of.
I loved it. I loved it. Guys, I don't know if you're done with the cell phone. What? I have a point that I want to discuss with you guys. Very, very important. I don't know, maybe I misunderstood the evidence or what. Which is the issue. I don't know, those who remember or who still have it in the back of the mind. Didn't Ramusipili hammer the point until Butelezi gave the correct version of events?
He did, but Rata says he only did that because he was threatened.
But now we have a problem then. We have a problem because even Baloy tried to re-examine on that point, and the police gave it the way he said it to Ramsepil. But then why should the court now change evidence? Then if he saw that, why didn't he call or stop the proceedings right there and then held maybe an inquiry or something? Now Sibanda's going is coming to bear to this point that does this set this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you have a problem here, guys.
The problem is the
That has been my point.
No, you have a problem here.
That has been my point, Johnny, to say it seems the state is taking the state's case and disregarding the outcome across examination.
They do.
Because
Exactly.
I'm a concessions, Bella. They are powerful. Unless maybe, I don't know, but I would like to believe with 174 Bella is based on the state's case. The state's case Bella should include the cross-examination. Otherwise, why would you apply for 174? Why would you actually argue when you don't have because for you to argue Bella, you must bring in cross-examination. You can't
Guys,
argue
let's do this tomorrow again.
without the cross-examination.
Need to go cook now for supper.
Guys,
The state is disregarding.
My YouTube family, I need to go cook. I hope ni righty. I'll do this with you tomorrow again, Exeni, when it is the tea time and also when it is the lunch time and then this time after the court case. Guys, I actually have no respect for Abo Skujana, Abo nothing, because wow, isn't this is bonayo payana kla court ka-Judge Rata? It's too much. Anyway, I'll see you then tomorrow. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and always coming through. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your afternoon, guys. Please do join live on 6:30 or 7 p.m. tonight. You look for Ghost Lady TikTok. Okay, those ones that also have TikTok abafuna join also during the day. We are there on Mashiba's channel. Look for a profile ka Mashaba on TikTok. That's where we are. Then you guys can hear from there. But for those ones that don't have access to TikTok, then I'll go live and then you guys will also be listening to those discussions about the case. Is that fair? Is that fair to everyone? If you have not liked, kindly please like the live. Please like the live if you please. I'll see you tomorrow then. Bye bye.